we in Westside, Misfits, yeah. Hey, we in Westside, Misfits, yeah. Hey, we in Westside, Misfits, yeah. Hey, we in Westside, Misfits, yeah. Woo. Hey, we in Westside, Misfits, yeah. You're independent, this the mix, you need to get up in it. 3 to 5, the show be lit from start to finish. Hit 'em up to slide through and promote your business. DJ Lab known to keep the hottest record spinning. Mix a lot of entertainment, discuss the hottest topic. It's not a 2000 to let you know what's really poppin'. Miss Slick, gon' make sure she get the angles right. Westside the moves, even though she staying out of sight. Check the independent, this the mix, you need to get up in it. 100, 3 to 5, the show get lit from start to finish. Hit 'em up to slide through and promote your business. DJ Lab known to keep the hottest record spinning. It's a lot of entertainment, discuss the hottest topic. 3 to 5,000 side knows what's really poppin'. Miss Slick, gon' make sure she get the angles right. Westside moves, even though she staying out of sight. Tell a friend, the independent, this the mix, you need to get up in it. 100, 3 to 5, the show get lit from start to finish. Hit 'em up and slide mix. From 3 to 5 with Westside Misfits. We in the mix, we in the mix, we in the mix. We in the mix, we in the mix, we in the mix. We live. Yeah. Tell a friend to get in the mix. Truck.
All right. Tell a friend to get in the mix. You are officially in the mix, baby. I am Miss Mix-a-Lot.
I am DJ Lab.
And we already have our guests sitting front and center, baby. We want you all to welcome author, chef, realtor. I'm talking about all these different titles now. Come on now. For Edith Claudette Bullard, okay?
Thank you.
Welcome to Misfits Radio. Misfits Radio is our platform. That's our radio station, the TV station. But the show that you're actually sitting with is Westside Misfits, and just so happen we are the same people that are in Westside Misfits as well. So a lot of people, some people get a little turned around when they trying to figure out how everything is set up. But Westside Misfits is a radio show that we started maybe 10 years ago and evolved into our platform, which is Misfits Radio and TV, just to let you guys know. Like I said, we're welcoming Miss Edith Claudette Bullard to the Misfits Radio on the Westside Misfits show. We're going to get in her business a little bit because let me tell y'all something. She got a series of books that she started a few years ago and is going to continue. And the most unique thing about this series of books is that they actually cover different phases of your life, things that you may experience in different. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to hear all corners. And we just want to say welcome today. And it actually feels good. I'm just hoping that they don't throw us back in the air fryer next week. That's all I ask is y'all keep it how it is. Right. It's a little warm, but it's tolerable. Right. Because about 2 weeks ago, I just didn't know. Right. I didn't know. I was outside at my job, and we were all walking around, and one of the guys, he was looking, he said, "Is it me, or do it feel like the sun right there? And when he said that, everybody was like, you know what, we better go on in. We grabbed us a bottle of water and went in, and we was just thinking about how when we were younger, we would stay outside for hours.
Okay. Wait a minute. Got to pee, but no. We got to play.
Exactly. So I'm like, I don't know, because at one time, you know, they're like, well, this generation don't even go outside, and I'm like, I can't even blame them.
Okay.
How? You can't even have fun out there.
It's too hot.
It's too hot. So, you know, so I think about all of those things, man. And Ms. Edith, I know we're going to cover a lot today.
Yes, ma'am.
I look forward to speaking to you, of course, about different entities of what you bring. And I want you to also introduce yourself and let the people know who you are.
Well, here we go.
Yes.
My name is Edith Claudette Bullard. My middle name, Claudette's my mom's name, okay?
Oh,
and for
fancy.
years, I wouldn't use the name. It's like,
Really?
because I'm like, that was my mama's name.
Yeah.
And when my mother passed in 2017,
Oh, wow.
and so I say, you know what? When I write this book, I'm using Claudette. So thus Edith Claudette Bullard. It's an honor of my mom, you know, to let her know, hey.
I was listening.
Okay?
Yeah.
Okay? Wait a minute.
listening.
Not only that, you know, for as grandma, I was listening too.
Right. No, seriously, like we both understand the ideas of, because you know, you our parents would talk, and of course some things we tuned in on, some not so much. But when they pass away, it's kind of like, you know what? I remember that.
I get it now.
I get it. Right. It's the aha moment. So the series of books is called Things They Didn't Tell You About Life. Mm-hmm. And when it literally covers the things that young adults need. Young adults and teens need.
Yes, they do.
Because these are things that you may or may not experience, but you need to know about them just in case.
What people don't understand is you learn from other people's experiences.
Yep.
Okay? If you've been through something and then someone comes to you with it, then you can kind of help them out. Of course, everybody's path is different. Mm-hmm. So there's no cookie cutter solution to any problem. I mean,
No, but experiences are going to happen. And I'm one of those people, I don't have to experience it for myself to know that there's something I don't want to experience. If that makes sense.
Exactly.
And and I know that that's not going to be everybody, but I know for myself, there are just certain things I could see you experience and get the lesson out of it, because I feel like, honestly,
Amen.
that's what's in it. It's the lesson. And a lot of times people are like, well, you don't know because you haven't. I don't have to experience it.
Exactly.
To know that don't feel good.
Okay.
So don't try to convince me I need to experience it, because it's not going to happen.
Exactly. It's like you see everybody doing drugs, or they're gambling, or they're this or that, and it's like, I don't think so.
Right. Why should I have to see a person lose what they've worked so hard for and then turn around and say, well, I'm going to try it too? No.
I don't think so.
That's not even how it's designed.
No.
You know, like, so I totally get it. What encouraged you to even tap into a series like this?
Okay. Now, my youngest son not going to like this, but on graduation, he was driving. I had a restaurant at the time.
Okay.
He was driving. All you could see was gray and black smoke, and I'm like, oh, hell, I got to put an engine in that car.
Right.
So he said, Mom, nobody told me to change the oil. Now, he'd had the car 2 years.
Makes sense.
Okay? He had the car 2 years, so he had been just adding oil to it. And he just forgot to add some to it. So I had to put a new engine. So I started just writing that down and writing other notes down, and young people would ask me questions. My oldest son, oh my God, he would ask me everything. And when I didn't know, he's like, Mama, but you smart, but baby, I don't know everything. That's why they have computers, okay? so I would just start taking notes over the years, and then some of my friends and family started looking at these notes and stuff. Then you need to finish the book. I'm like, I will. Just give me time. You need to finish the book. And so I finished the first book. And when I wrote the book, I started tapping into things about the careers. Okay, let's do this, that, or the other. Give you a couple of choices. Okay, you want to go to school? Let's get some good SAT scores. Let's tell you how to get grants. Let's just give you a little insight about credit. Let's educate our young people because the parents, the mentors, the people that read my book, they were like, we wanted to talk to the kids about it. They won't sit still long enough for us to do it. So they read the books, they bought the books, and then they handed it to the young people that they wanted to talk to about the books. And that's when it started. So as I finished the first book, I thought about, well, a lot of these things are not being taught in school. So that's when I wrote the teacher's edition to the first book.
Okay.
And what I did, it's the same exact book, but what I did, I went ahead and reiterated some things in the book. I discussed the preface, I discussed the introduction, and I said, okay, well, let's just keep going. Then at the end, I put a test. I'm like, girl, you did it.
That's what's up. I'm really impressed. And the main reason is because we can't expect for people to know things that we didn't tell them.
Okay.
And that's kind of like what we do, and this is just the God honest truth, as parents, as teachers, as people that children look up to. A lot of times we expect them to know certain things, and it's like, how can you expect for a person that came in this world that didn't know nothing? We were once those people too.
Okay, amen.
And how could you expect for them to know something that we didn't tell them?
Exactly.
So these books, just to me, are an introduction to, you know what, let me just tell you this. Maybe you can or cannot use it, but let you be prepared if you hear it again to know nobody's expecting for you to know everything.
No.
But let's introduce you to some things.
That's right.
I love this. I love the idea. I love the whole situation. So as far as retrieving your books, Amazon.com. If you go under my name, Edith Claudette Bullard, it'll pull up all 3 books. Okay, perfect.
The smallest book is 15, the teacher's manual is 20, and we haven't gotten to the third book, Things We Told You About Life But You Didn't Listen. Okay, we had to put that in there.
Okay.
And what we do on that particular book, and it's 25.
Okay.
And what we do on that particular book is we're going to discuss a few things over here that you just didn't pay no attention to.
Right.
And it kind of bit you in the butt. So now let's go back over here. We're going to go over this again now.
Right.
Okay, we already...
You're going to listen this time.
You're going to listen this time. You're going to listen this time. Okay?
Experiences taught you, you're going to listen this time.
You're going to listen this time because, wait a minute, we let it do your way.
Right.
We let you do it your way.
Right.
That didn't work.
Right.
So come on back over here.
Right.
Let's do it the right way.
I
So
love
that's where the second book came in. But I was inspired just because people would ask me things.
Okay.
And I am one of those people that will share knowledge.
Yes.
Some people say, you overshare. No. Because I overshare when it comes to real estate, when it comes to cooking, floor plans, all the stuff that I know how to do.
Right.
Because knowledge is not for you. Knowledge is for you to share.
I absolutely agree.
Okay? That's why we have teachers.
Yeah.
That's why we have pastors. That's why we have professors. That's why we have managers. They know things. They've got to tell you those things. You need to grasp it, learn it. I'm one of those people that I tell people, be open to learn something new every day.
Every day.
Every day. And you can't hold it all in there. Let's Google a few things, but let's keep it real. Everything that's on the internet is not real.
Right.
It's not true. I can give you an example. Now, everybody was carrying on about Michelle not going to the inauguration. Okay. So I looked on Google and I say, did Donald Trump go to the inauguration? It wouldn't answer. Then I say, where was Donald Trump? Or something like that. It wouldn't answer. I had to say, what presidents did not attend the inauguration in order to pull it up? Now, come on, people.
Right.
Come on, people.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
He was supposed to pass the baton.
That's all
Homeboy
right.
wasn't even there to pass the baton.
Right.
And y'all talking about Michelle? Okay, enough of that. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm just throwing it out there.
No, that's serious because a lot of times so people go to we all go to the internet.
We do.
For certain things. But when you know that things are being altered or rearranged for other people's narrative, you have to keep that in mind as well. So like how you had to switch it around and say
Reword it.
Yeah, like you have to fit it. You have to make it fit the narrative of what other people like, and that's just one thing. I could be honest, I don't really like about the internet, and I've just always been like that though, and I've had other situations too that you had to reword or rearrange things to fit a certain narrative, and then it's like, I don't even know if I believe it at this point because we just had to go through too much to get it.
Exactly.
When we know you can typically, because you can Siri, Google, Alexa, you can ask them anything, and they can typically tell you all bad. But when it's something that needs to fit the narrative of other people,
Can't find it.
yeah, it'll make you.
You'll need to unlock your iPhone first.
See that? Sarah trying to tell me what I need to do. Okay, girl. But I love the idea of being able to actually go and get these books. Now, I want to know about you actually writing these books. Like, how long did it take you? So for your very first book, I know that sometimes you need a little kickstart. But how long did it take you to actually sit down and write your first book?
Well, I would tell anyone who's interested in writing a book, it starts with notes.
Notes. Okay.
It starts with notes. You and I could be having a conversation about something.
Okay.
And we agree on the topic of the conversation. And I might write it down.
Okay.
Okay? And as far as how long it took as long as it took.
So, like, on average, if I had, cause see, like, with me, I've been working on something for a few years. It shouldn't have taken a few years.
Yes, it does.
Oh, so that is,
Absolutely.
okay.
Absolutely, because you're still living.
Okay.
You're still living the life.
Okay.
And sometimes you're not sure what you want to say.
Right.
I can give you
how
an
you
example.
want
Let
to
me give you an
deliver it.
example. First book, 5,319 words. Okay. Sounds like a lot. The last book, over 14,000 words.
Really?
Yes. And then when I
Okay.
tell people that, they say, you really had a lot to say. I said, well, I had to get them
Right.
for not paying attention.
Right.
Amen. For the first book.
Right.
All right. Then, now we got to teach you some stuff in the second book. So it's 2 books in one. So the first
Right.
one is things they didn't tell you about life. Then this one, things we told you about life, in parentheses, but you didn't listen.
Right.
And then it's things, life, seriously. Because in that second section, everything falls in place like it falls in place.
Okay.
I knew I wanted this book to have color, the sky, the water. The first book is like the hat's thrown in the air because you didn't know what to do. You got the question marks on it, but in the air means the sky's the limit.
Right.
So that's where that book came in. This one, I do talk about death. Death is sad.
Man.
But think about on the funeral program, sunrise and sunset.
Yes,
We
ma'am.
got the sunset on this one because we're discussing a little bit of death. We're
That's
talking
right.
about how I handle it. And so it took years to write the books. But one thing that with me is that once I make up my mind, I just do it. I was dating a guy, and he's like, you need to finish the book. So I finished that one. While I was working and traveling and doing everything, even in the back of the book, it's like, you think I had writer's block? No, I didn't. I didn't feel like writing. There was a threat tsunami in California. COVID,
Right.
whatever excuse not to write is why I didn't write. But I told my family, I'm going to finish this book after I finish work. So I stopped work in December.
Okay.
I started writing the books. Lord is my witness. Those words came from God. I started writing and typing, and I'm up to 8,000. My brother said, what? I told my sister, I said, I'm up to 10,000. She said, what? I said, I'm up to 14,000 words. They said, oh my God.
Stop now.
It's like you couldn't read it. So, a lot of people have bought the book. I'm just trying to sell more. I'm just trying to get it out there.
Absolutely.
Because these things are not being taught in school, and a lot of it is plain old mathematics. It's balancing a checkbook. It's creating a budget for yourself.
Right.
It's like, okay, I messed up early, messed up my credit. Okay, now let's try to get that fixed. So it talks a lot about life. And the reason why we can't put it all in one, because it'd be this big. Who's going to read it?
Exactly.
So we are trying to address the
have
young
to be
people.
logical,
Okay? And then far as the car, I'm talking about my son. section in there by Carmina's. Change the oil. When the light come on, take it and see what it is. Could be something minor.
Simple, yep. that
But
could
if you
turn
let it
into-
keep going,
That's right.
you might have to get another car.
Right.
Simple as that.
Right.
So we're trying to get them to understand. And I learned at 60 years old, I'm not ashamed to say this, I was in a real estate class, and the guy said something about, did you know that you can look in the dash and see which side the tank is on? And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Girl, I went and looked, and a little arrow was pointing that way. And then,
Right.
so when I started renting cars often, I'd look at that first, and so I could know which side it was on.
That's
I mean,
right.
how many times you rented a car, got out, and walked around the car?
Right. And that is once again expecting people to know something that you didn't tell them. You know, I had an uncle. My uncle was real adamant about the women in our family knowing certain things. And it wasn't so much so that they didn't need a man or anything like that. He wanted us to be able to operate whether we had one or not. And when he told me that, he was like, you know, if you look right there where the gas gauge is, it's an arrow pointing to which side the gas pump is on.
Okay.
So I was like, because he told me this, he didn't show it to me at first. And when I got back in the car and I looked, I said, well,
That was an aha moment.
Yeah, I
Okay.
said, well, that makes sense.
Okay. Didn't know that.
But I would have never knew what that arrow was pointing to if he hadn't mentioned.
That's what I'm
That's what
saying.
it was there for.
Little things. It's
Right.
little things that, you know, you have those aha moments. And so I be around a lot of young people. They ask a lot of questions, and sometimes they just need someone to talk to.
That's right.
And so that inspired me as well. It took years, but the first book was published in 2018, and now this book was not published until 2025, so that's 7 years later. So it takes time, but I knew the topics that I wanted. I
Right.
did not know what information I was going to put. I had no idea that I was going to discuss private schools, public schools, charter schools. I had no idea. So what I did, I put links in there. I didn't make it
Oh.
up. I put links in there.
Okay.
Because
Reference.
kids can be successful in any one of those areas, but the parents have to be behind them.
Yeah. Oh,
The
yeah.
parents have to support what
Active parents make a huge difference, and I know that I have raised my kids now. All of my kids are adults, are young adults now, but just me remembering the friends that they had around, still to this day, like my son friends. Oh, they love when I say gonna come by there and see me whether my son is home or not. Miss Donna, we just had this, so we saw you standing out here in the carport. Just wanted to stop by and give you a hug. Like, they really appreciated the time that I actually spent with them, because what good is it for me to instill things in my children and not the children that's around them?
Well, I'm gonna tell you one better than that. So my grandkids would introduce me to their friends, and so their friends start calling me grandma. And they're like, "She's not your grandma. Why you call me
Right.
grandma?" I said, "But you never tell them my name.
Right.
You always say this is my grandma."
Right.
So when they see me, I don't know how many grandkids I have.
Exactly.
I don't even know. You know,
Yeah.
they come to town, gotta go see grandma. Oh, y'all coming? I'll hook you up some food. And I say honestly that I think people love me because of my food.
Oh, let me tell you, that could be a reason, but hey, that'll work.
That'll work.
Hey, I could be honest
I'm good
with
with
you.
that.
Where are you from, Miss Edith?
West Palm Beach, Florida.
Really?
I moved to Atlanta in 1975.
Okay.
And living in Florida, I mean, it's great. It has its perks, but I was raised up in the 50s. And so they still had black and white this.
They did.
People were still going through the back door. People were back door of the people's house that they cleaned, that type of thing. And I knew at an early age, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I kept saying, I'm going to Atlanta. I'm going to Atlanta. My family was so sick of me. They're like, we be glad when you go. They were so sick of me talking about Atlanta. I came up here and saw what these people was doing, what they had it going on. I'm like, that's where I'm going. I have been here 50 years this month.
Yeah, so you're
50 years. Well, actually, 50 years in September. 50 years.
Okay.
I've been here 50 years. And I don't know where else I'd want to go.
Man, it's so funny that you say that, because I'm from Atlanta, born and raised, and I have thought about moving other places, but I could be honest with you, I just don't know where I would go that would beat Atlanta and the surrounding areas. Yeah, so it's kind of like maybe I should just. I don't know, but I just haven't found anywhere that I would want to. Because I visit a lot of places. I do travel, but to live, that's something different. Like you know, and you don't know how long you're gonna stay somewhere once you actually go. But I'm glad you came.
Yeah, thank you.
Do you ever go to West Palm Beach, Florida, to visit?
All the time.
Okay, good.
Yeah, not as often as I should since my mom passed, but I went down last year, and I called my sister. Well, my niece was having a baby shower. And so I said I was going to come down, and I said, I'm going to bring some food, because they want some food. So I said, I'm going to come down, and they said, okay. And then I called my sister back. I said, well, I haven't seen a lot of the family, so I'd like to invite them over. Is it okay? She said, sure. And so I'm trying to get them, meaning my brother and sister, to invite. They said, this your thing. You invite them.
Right, you
invite them. So I started texting and calling, and I let my family know on a Tuesday that I was having this thing on a Friday. 35 people came.
Oh, wow.
35 people. I'm like, oh, the love. I just felt so loved, and some of them I hadn't seen since they were kids.
Right.
And it's like, what to bring? You don't bring nothing. You don't bring nothing.
Bring you.
Right.
It was enough food for about 50, 60 people because I always overcooked. And when I tell you, we had a ball just catching up and just... it's great, and it's like that with our family reunions. We might not talk for a long time, but we had those family reunions. Oh my God, you can feel the love. You can feel the love. It's great. Family is everything.
I say the same thing. Do you? So as far as your siblings, how many siblings do you have?
Well, Mom had 5.
Cool.
And my brother passed this year.
Oh,
so
sorry to hear that.
it's still 4 of us.
Okay.
So I live in Atlanta. My sister Carletta lives in Atlanta, and my oldest sister Deodora is in Florida, and my brother Frederick, he's in Florida.
Okay.
So it's 2 here and 2 there.
Right.
But yeah, it was a lot of us, So and we're humble because we came from humble beginnings.
Of course.
We really, really did. We learn, we live, we love, we in touch. We support each other. We just that's just what Mom wanted. As a matter of fact, my sister came over yesterday and she had a bag full of purses of Mom's. I was like, okay, I'm cool. I'm good. I needed a new wallet.
Right.
It was a nice Dooney in there and a Dooney purse to match. I'm like, thank you, Mom.
Exactly.
And my mom was one of those people. She didn't abuse her stuff. Don't try to get one of my old purses because it's worn as hell. Okay. My mom's purse, that purse and that wallet, barely used. Okay, I was so happy. That just made my day.
See, that's how my mama was, but me, I'm the total opposite. I would carry a purse because people be like, why do you still carry that purse? I don't know. I can't even give you a logical reason why. But I'm like that too. I just kind of like what I like.
I wear them. I wear them well.
Me too. I'm the same way. So that's what's up. So y'all have a pretty large family, and it seems like you guys are a close knit. Now, when your mom passed, was she staying here or she was in Florida?
She was in Florida.
She was in Florida too. Okay.
She was in Florida. So.
We're actually traveling to Florida for Thanksgiving this year. Palm Beach. Not West though, but I think it's Palm Beach.
Palm Beach Gardens?
It's somewhere around there.
Okay.
So we're gonna go there for Thanksgiving for the first time, right? So I'm super excited because I've never been anywhere but here.
Okay.
For any holiday, because holidays, like I don't know, and you've been here long enough. Like around the holidays, we don't really travel like that. So we probably go 2 days before. Like if it's the 4th of July, we would go at the beginning of July and just stay until the 4th and then just come back. Because the traffic is crazy. Even if you have to fly, the airports are crazy. Like it's just a lot that you learn when you're in Atlanta. Certain times that you just don't do it because it ain't worth it.
Well, I have a good holiday story. So I started this job and it allowed me to travel.
Okay.
I've been somewhere everywhere. That's Hawaii. And that was my first Thanksgiving away from home. My family was sick. I was too. And I'm like, you know what? We having Thanksgiving. So
especially you to cook. What?
Listen, I went to the hotel manager and asked him, can I use your kitchen?
Oh, really?
Yes, I did. He said yes.
Oh, wow.
As long as it's clean. I hooked that food up. I didn't know I didn't know anybody. I just knew my coworkers, and I invited some of the hotel guests and stuff. So I fixed the food and stuff, and they're like, well, we'll come and we'll have chow. Well, you know, I'm an honorary member of the Finicky Club.
Right.
I don't know those people.
All right.
We chopping our own stuff. I got to stay up all night. So I chopped everything. I cooked everything. Had everything ready. I cooked so much food. We had dinner for 2 days. So when the hotel manager came in the next day after Thanksgiving, he's like, "Did you use the kitchen?" I said, "Yes." He said, "But it's so clean." I said, "I used to have a restaurant. I know the importance of cleanliness."
Right.
And you told me as long as the kitchen was clean. We had a ball. It was great. We had Thanksgiving 2 days in a row, and everybody was so happy. And everybody started sitting around the table. This in the book, in this book too. They started sitting around the table. And, well, I was gonna eat junk food, and I was gonna eat a sub.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, they say, "Let's thank Miss Edith for the food." And they all just sat around the table and start clapping. I'm like, "Oh my God, I never had applause."
Right. Because people appreciate, man. It's just the most thoughtful thing ever. Like, I couldn't imagine. I'm thinking about eating some cheese puffs and a ginger ale for
I know. I mean,
dinner, and somebody show up with some good, clean food.
Yeah, we had a good time.
You can't beat that.
We had a good time.
So when it comes to, I know you said you mentioned that you had a restaurant. It was here in Atlanta?
It was.
Really?
It was on Snapfinger in Wesley Chapel.
What?
It was called We Don't Do Just Barbecue. Now, see, we're not supposed to talk about food.
No.
Because my family know, okay, she started talking about food. That's all they're going to talk about is just food.
I'm a foodie though, Ms. Edith. I love good food.
Well,
So you had the restaurant. It was, how long were you all over there?
I was there for 3 years.
Really?
I was there for 3 years.
Cool.
And my family's been trying to get me to open up another one ever since. The
Restaurants
jury's still
are
out
hard.
on that.
Yeah, that restaurants are
It's hard work.
It's hard work.
It's very hard work.
Especially like you have to have a team. And what I've realized is, honestly, with most business ventures, you do need a team. But with restaurants, it's
You need an army.
Yeah, you need, like, seriously. My best friend opened a restaurant, and the thing about it is, because it's easy to delegate, do that, and we need this, and then we got to get the permits, and we got to do this. But when it comes down to the work and sustaining your customers, having someone in the front of your store representing you with good customer service, all of that takes a lot. So it's like you trusting people. You have to have a lot of trust because you're having to trust people to do things the way you would, or at least similar to what you would do. Like, it's just a lot.
It is.
So even if you don't ever open up another restaurant, just cook me something I can eat. I don't eat meat. That's the only thing you need to know. Everything else is good.
Oh my gosh.
When it comes to you cooking, I could tell that that takes you to somewhere else. It's a happy place for you.
It is. Even when my oldest son passed in 2015, it's been 10 years, Lord.
Oh wow.
And I was cooking, and everybody's like, "Why don't you sit down?" And then as my sister said, "Leave her alone.
Right. Allow her to.
This is what she wants to do." And it took my mind off of things.
That's right.
When I tell you we had a feast.
See, that's why we all need sisters. I ain't have no sisters.
Okay.
And I see my daughters, they, and even when they bicker, they still have it's still a certain far, I can go with them. That for themselves, they can go far as they want to because they know they're going to come back from it. But with mama or with other people outside of them, and it's like, let sisters do what they do. Because one thing y'all gonna do is take care of each other. Yeah, and y'all gonna come back regardless of what it is. So I love that. I'm glad that she was like, look, this might be what she need to get through right here. Let her do her thing. So I'm super proud of her for even acknowledging that. So we're gonna get back to things they didn't tell you about life, right?
Okay.
What can you take from the very first book that you could say that is your favorite piece, or the piece that most people can relate to or have told you that they can relate to? Because I'm sure it's a lot.
Oh my God! See, you shouldn't ask me that. I gotta think.
Yes.
I gotta think. Okay. What they liked that they've said to me is that the part when I say that it's all of us have God-given talents. And they say, oh my God, that's so true. And they need to be nurtured. They need to be nurtured because when you see your kids interested in a certain thing, you need to steer them towards that direction.
Right.
You really do. My granddaughter is 9 now, and she was either 2 or 3
Okay.
when she told her parents that she wanted to play the violin. And they told her, you know, she was too young, so they waited till she was about 5. This chick is so good, she can be in a grown-up orchestra.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
In this short length of time.
I could believe
That was her God-given talent.
That's right.
My son, so good with his hand. Build, make, what you name it. He can do it. My oldest son never went to cosmetology school at all. He said he wanted to do hair. He went to a couple of salons. He apprenticed with another salon. He apprenticed. Went to the state board, passed it off the rip.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Never went to school. So, you know, we all have God-given talents.
That's true.
You just have to tap into them.
That's
and,
right.
and know, because I didn't know I was going to be an author, but boy, I tell you, I loved my English teacher. I grew up in a family of educators.
Okay.
You know, when you be like, where you at? They be behind the preposition.
Right, right. Oh my goodness.
You were so sick of hearing that. You dropped "at" from your vocabulary.
Right.
Because you just didn't want to hear it anymore.
Right.
And you couldn't say, yeah, huh, no.
No,
Excuse
ma'am.
me, you're talking to me, not one of your friends.
That's right.
They correct you in a heartbeat.
Yep.
And so they're like, well, your diction, I had no choice.
Right. No,
I had no
seriously.
choice. I had no choice. It's like, you're either gonna come correct or get bopped in the mouth.
That's
so
right.
come on, people, let's not get bopped in the mouth.
That's right.
So
Choose your heart.
sure, you know. Hey. So that's one of the biggest ones in there. It's tapping into, you know, be in tune to your family and to your kids, and to, you know, just you need to listen. You need to listen.
Absolutely agree. I was telling someone the other day, I said, people who don't listen are liabilities. And it's just that plain and simple. I can't even put it any other way. Like, you will pay dearly for just not listening. Like, and it's not so much as, like, listening to understand, not listening to respond. You understand what I'm saying? Like, having some kind of comprehension there. If we're having a conversation, don't take just one part of it and it's
Run
like,
with it, okay?
what? Man, we just had a whole conversation. How did you get that out of that? You know, so it's kind of like I tell people all the time, man, listen, sometimes you don't even, there are questions you won't even have to ask if you listen.
That's right.
Because
And that's how
somebody gonna tell you what it is.
That's how you learn.
That's exactly.
It's really how you learn is listening and being observant.
That's right.
And ask
Attentive.
questions. You have, if you don't understand something, ask questions. I used to write training manuals in the corporate world. So I wasn't always self-employed. I've been self-employed a very long time. And I would train them, and then they would go back and they're like, you did really well. And I would tell the people, no question is dumb or stupid. I'd rather you ask me over and over some things that you don't understand than just assume and do it wrong. Then they're gonna blame me for not training you properly.
Right.
So let's.
That's a part of being a leader, though, you know, because a lot of people don't really understand that just because you have the title as a manager or a supervisor, some people are supervisor. They just have the title. So I tell people, leaders duplicate other leaders. So that's one of the reasons why I can see people thinking that you are an oversharer. It's not that you're a leader. And when you are a leader and you know that you could duplicate another leader, sometimes oversharing is what we have to do. It don't seem right to other people who are not that, but they're not leaders either. Because seriously, as a person that can actually that can influence others and, you know, actually make an impact on people's lives, our worlds are different. Like, we can't do, like, how somebody will be like, well, like you said, oversharing, or why did you tell them that? Or you could have, ma'am, I'm saving lives here.
Okay.
Can I keep a cape on?
Let me be great.
Right, please. Please.
I mean, it's
But a lot
true.
of time people don't really understand that, because, just being honest with you, they live a totally different life. So they look at things a little bit different. But leaders and people that are actually able to influence and encourage people, I could be honest, I'm going to tell you what I hear from you, and it's coaching. And you may not look at it as a God-given talent, but you have it.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, and when you coach people, you're able to that you're able to view them from your side, but you're able to help them view what you see as well.
Mm-hmm.
That's a talent. That is something. That's a gift.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody don't have that.
Okay.
And that's just the God honest truth. Like if you could talk to somebody and you tell them, girl, you know, like you giving a compliment is totally different from somebody else giving them a compliment. Like they take your compliment to heart. Like, what? That's what you think? You know, like, and then they want to work on that. If somebody else tell them the same thing, they're like, oh, okay, thank you.
Can I give you an example?
Mm-hmm.
Shamika.
Mm-hmm.
She introduced me to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So she called me one day, and I was just feeling really good. And I said, Shamika, you know you're one of my favorite people, right? She said, Edith, if it wasn't you, I would believe it was somebody blowing hot smoke up my...
No, seriously.
I said, well, you know what I'm saying? I said, well, maybe I shouldn't say that to her. You know? But she is.
I'm telling you, that's just how it
I have
is.
a lot of favorite people. I have a lot of people that love me, and I love them back. So whenever somebody has a problem with me or push me to the side or whatever, I don't care because I got a lot of love in my circle. A lot of love. So if you all want to go
on YouTube, Catherine Washington say you are super dope. She's super proud of you. I'm sorry.
That's right. That's right. Thank you, Catherine.
That's my first daughter-in-law. Woo woo. And I got 2 kids. Woo woo.
She said a while ago,
Wait a minute.
You guys were talking. So
Wait a minute. One of them's here. Tell her Kayla's here. Kayla's in the house.
just told
And just for you guys to know, we are live everywhere. So we're live on our radio station, which is Misfits Radio. We are also live on YouTube, Roku. Like we're live anywhere that you could be live. And in a couple of days, once the videos are approved, they go to different sites as well, different platforms that you know that they'll be placed on. And I'll send you some of the platforms because it's about 20-25 of them where you can actually share them or let people know that they're there.
Okay.
Yeah, and you know, just wanted to let you guys know because sometimes, you know, people they just don't know. And of course, you guys can always follow our social media, which is Misfits Radio on TV everywhere. You guys go there. We have different podcasts on our platform every night of the week. So even if Miss Edith decide to come back to Misfits Radio,
Which I will.
she will come. You can come back to either of the ones that actually allow guests on, and it's a good feeling because we all have a different audience. So that's one of the things that I always encourage people. I'm like, hey, if you go on Misfits Radio and TV and see the other shows, you see one that you want to come on to, you can always do that because, once again, we all have different audiences and we reach different people. So we do encourage that. And it was something else I wanted to ask you about. Oh, your children. So you only have sons?
I had 2 sons.
2 sons. Okay.
That's the 2. But I got a lot of kids now.
Right.
All these people in my circle. I mean, sometimes I'll say something about my grandbabies, and they're like, how old are they? Well, 28 and 30. You know, it's like, these are grown people. That's okay.
Right.
They're still my babies.
I was just about to say that.
Okay.
They're still my babies. That's right.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm going to be that person, too, because my kids are grown now, but now they're starting to have children. So I have a 1-year-old grandson that was born on July the 21st, 2024, and I have a granddaughter that was born July 21st, 2025.
All right.
So it's kind of like, whew. Okay, but this is the thing. And I always tell people, I always correlate numbers and dates and stuff. So my mom passed away in 2019, but it was July of 2019. So since 2019, we've always associated July with like being janky. It's like that's the death month. You know how it is. And now both of my grandkids was born in July. So now we've taken our focus from
that dark cloud is gone.
It's gone.
And it's funny you say that because in book 2, I talk about my family, and my oldest son passed on his cousin's daughter's birthday. My oldest auntie died on my mom's birthday.
What?
My sister buried her husband the same year that my son passed on my son's birthday.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it's so many things. I have a grandson that was born on the same day that my son purchased his house.
Really?
As a matter of fact, this is like, I say, God meant for this to happen.
Yeah.
I moved here in 1975. I met a girl that I sold her mom a house. She sold my son her house.
Whoa.
She was born March 19th, 1975.
Oh, wow.
Okay?
So, yeah.
Come on, people.
Right.
Yes.
It was meant for me to meet her.
That's right.
You know, it's like, oh my God, all this stuff. And then I went to my job. I started this new job in 2017, and one of the managers' name was Claudette.
Okay.
So I'm like, I need to meet Miss Claudette.
Right.
She came down on secondary training. She said, you wanted to meet me, right? I'm like, yeah, I want to meet you, Miss Claudette. Her birthday, March 19th.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
See, the numbers, I'm
My
telling
birthday,
y'all.
March 19th.
Right.
Her birthday, March 19th. Okay, it's like, oh my God.
Yes, the numbers are real, and I always tell people like the dates and things like that. Like
They're
it's a
important.
correlation. Yeah, they're very important. It's a correlation. Now, it's so funny that you said that. I think we talked about the birthdays. I have twin daughters that's March 14th,
Okay.
and it like a lot of things that happen within them. It associates back to March 14th. And for, as young adults, they don't really get it until they have to. And one day, this been about a year ago, one of my daughters was like, now I see what you mean about these dates.
They do.
And how much weight they actually hold, Mama. And she was telling me different things. And she was like, I
people
just
not
didn't
tuned
know.
into
They're
it.
not, they're
my
not.
my granddaughter and my nephew was born on April 18th, and my mother passed on April 18th.
Yeah, see, I'm telling you, it's the numbers.
It's there.
Yeah, they're there, and a lot of times when you start to before my mama passed, she was into numbers, like she was into lottery numbers too and things like that, and people didn't understand. Like my mom would, I don't know if this is the black thing, but like if we go to the hospital and we go to somebody's room, when we leave, we play in that room, their door number on the hospital. We're playing that number on the lottery. And she was just really big about that. And people would be like, what? I'm like, yeah, don't do her.
Slick say I'm 316.75.
Oh, that's right. Slick is the other owner. That's the one that I told you that was reposting all of the things. She is 316.75.
Okay.
So that's what I'm saying. All of the numbers line up. I promise. It makes a difference.
Also, Foxy Queen 49, I guess her name is Rita, said she's proud of you too.
Oh,
Okay.
wow.
Loves you very much. I'm sorry,
love
Miss
her
Rita. I didn't see it.
I'm sorry. Look, we was having us a little conversation.
I don't want to interrupt them while they're talking. So
I
just
know.
charge it to my head, not my heart.
Now, I do want to know, so these books are well needed. They're not only,
Your life skills.
yes, they're needed in our community as much as possible. I want to know, you said that we can get them from Amazon.
You can also get them from me if you're local.
That's what I was just about to say.
Okay, so I have the books in the Listening Tree and Listening Tree is in Decatur on County Road.
Okay.
And then Nubians Books, Nubian, and that's in Morrow.
Okay.
Over near the Burlington. They'll know where it is.
Okay.
So the books are in there, but I also sell books directly too. I would just mail them to them.
Okay.
You know, the books are, I have to pay for postage, so I have to charge them for postage.
Absolutely.
But, Kayla, look in there and see it's bookmark in one of those over there. So if I mail the book to you, it's going to cost you the postage, but I'll sign the book,
Okay.
and then you'll get a bookmark.
Oh, cute.
You will get a bookmark.
Oh, cute.
So the bookmark is the news book and the other book.
That's really cute.
And so I have a website, work in progress.
Okay.
It's not complete yet.
Right.
We scan the code to take you to the website.
Okay.
And so pretty soon we'll be able to order books on the website, and then I could just send them direct, and I will sign every book. And like I said, you get a bookmark. So even though you're paying for postage, you're getting something.
Okay.
But when you order the books from Amazon, you're gonna, pay for shipping. Not shipping, but you'll pay for taxes.
For taxes,
Yeah. So it may be $1 or $2 more by me sending them to you directly, but you get more. You actually get more.
So when it comes to illustrations,
Illustrations. Okay, here we go. My artist,
Okay.
yeah,
he's a real artist,
very much so.
Gerald Birch.
Okay, Gerald.
So what he does, what I love about this guy, I tell him what I want. I just tell him, because
And
I
he bring
can't
it to
draw a
life.
stick.
Me neither.
He brings them to life. So I told him, I say, my weight keep going up and down, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about weight, and just draw me with, me looking at how I think I look in the mirror.
Right.
He said, oh, I'm gonna have fun with this one.
Right.
So he drew me looking like this. I said, I never been that big, right? He said, that's okay.
Right.
So
You get the point.
You get the point. So,
I love that.
he just brings my words to life.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? He brings my words. He listens to what I'm saying, and then he puts his own twist on things.
Yes.
And it's Gerald Birch. And this is the Thanksgiving dinner that we had in Houston. He just...
Oh, wow.
You
So
know,
did he do that from a picture?
No, he draws this, he paints this, he does the work.
Oh, wow.
When I was teaching my son how to drive, worst teacher in the world, I'm grabbing the steering wheel, cussing him out. I was scared son going to drive me in the ditch.
Right.
He is the bomb. I told him I was going to make sure he got a shout out to Gerald.
Absolutely.
We in the store, and my son wanted to buy stuff, and he's like, Mama, write a check.
Oh, that is cute.
I'm like, child, you can't just write a check. You gotta have
Right.
some money. The illustrations are awesome. We talk about etiquette.
Yes.
Bring etiquette back. So we got,
Yes.
bring etiquette back. It's gone. It's lost.
Most definitely.
Let's not have our email saying hotstuff.com or whatever.
Right.
Let it make sense.
Wow.
Let it make sense.
Oh my God.
You can't send out a professional email with that foolishness on
You're
it.
so right. We had a show about that one time about
Yes.
emails and
People-
being at the PTA and you sending emails to Hot Stuff 44.
Right. No.
Let's know. And
Theodore Brown says, "Good job, sister. You knocked it out the park."
that's my sister.
That's right.
Woo-woo.
Hey.
Theodora, I'm sorry.
Theodora.
And Don Colbert says, "Awesome job, cousin. Love you."
That's right.
Thank you, Don. Love you back. I'm so glad you guys were able to find the station. I did a presentation on this as well. Now y'all gonna love this one. On this
that is
presentation.
cute.
Okay, so my mom encouraged us, all 5 of her children graduate from high school.
Okay.
Great for mom.
Okay.
And she encouraged us to do the best that we can, right? So she always told, okay, your job is get up, go to school, get
That's
your
right.
lessons.
That's right.
That's your job.
That's your job.
So people say, well, what you gonna do after high school? I was gonna sleep.
Right.
Right.
I had planned to sleep, and my mama came in there like, I was at the bed. She used words that's not in the dictionary.
Right.
You have a 4-year-old son, because I had my first son very young. You're not gonna sleep. You better get me a job. So the presentation is like, it's
That
mad.
is
It's
really
mad
cute.
crazy. It's mad crazy. So the illustrations are just there to die for. This is
They
my
are.
son doing hair, and this chick come in, and he do whatever they wanted now. So this
Right.
chick want enough hair to pull the stroller and all this carrying on stuff. Just but my young son, he's not gonna like this either. But okay, I was a strict parent.
Right.
I didn't tell people how to raise their children. Okay, I don't want to hear nothing about no slave crap and all that foolishness.
Right.
But so he said, "Don't call my mom. I'll wash your car."
Right.
So
Right.
he washing the car at the school.
Right.
I'm like, Lord
That
have
is
mercy.
so cute.
I mean, the illustrations are great. And see, with my
They
book,
are.
I have a sense of humor. My mom has a sense of humor. My son, he will have you on the floor.
Right.
We all told him he missed his calling.
Right.
He should have been a comedian because he is so funny. And then I have reasons in this book here why they finished college and why they didn't want to go home. Parents threatened to cut you off and all this foolishness. And this one here went to school because they just didn't want to go back home.
Right.
Grandma, see y'all grandma and children and all that foolishness. And then my granddaughter, she threatened to quit. And I told her, if you quit, I'm putting you out. So homeless, not a good look.
Right.
So
keep going. Look, keep going.
And then another one was they finished college because the parents was threatening they can't party like in 1999.
Right.
And so we better straighten up and do what we need to do because we need that money to keep coming.
That's right. Those
So-
are really nice.
All in the books. So the books have my sense of humor. It has my life experience. It has other people's life experience, to a minimum. It's more of a conversation. So with me, it's like educating people through storytelling and my experiences is what I'm doing. And it is my opinion.
Right.
So, it's not carved in stone. Everybody's life is different. But also I have links to websites to substantiate the things that I've written.
Okay.
So it's a great book, and I've had several people that have read all the books, but this one in particular, they were saying, okay, now, I had a neighbor come over. Shout out to Flo. I had a neighbor to come over, and she got both books, and then she came back, she bought 3 more. And so her husband, they came by to get a coconut cake for Christmas, and they're like, you need to finish that book.
Right.
Talking about this one, right? So I said, okay, and that's when I was inspired with all the words and stuff like that. So she read it in full. My daughter-in-law's mom read it in full, and I have a cousin, Zoe. She read it in full, and they were just blown away because they didn't know what to expect from this book. And she said, you think the first book was good? I love the second book.
Yeah.
The third book going to be even better. I already have titles, the names, the what I'm going to write about, and won't wait on God. Just give me the words.
That's right.
It won't be 7 years, guys. I promise
What
you.
you said, we asking for him to push him out just a little bit sooner.
Well, it's not him, it's me.
It's you.
I have to sit down. I have to start.
Okay.
I have to write my notes. I have to, it's me.
Research.
It's not God. It's like, I'm waiting on you.
Right.
Okay, well, hey, we'll know who to blame.
Slick 316 says, what is some of your standout lessons from the book?
Oh my God.
Books.
Standout lessons. When I think about, the standout lesson from the first book is, make sure you tell the child change oil, because that that book cost me so much money. The other standout lesson is I inspire people in book 2 to get life insurance, because when you read the book, you'll see that I couldn't even afford to bury my son. And I don't really want to talk about that too much, because it still hurts.
Right.
After 10 years, it still hurts. And so my people were so great in helping me. People, my niece, shout out to Stephanie, my niece encouraged me to do a fund. We can't say no names.
Right.
And I got money from people I didn't know. The salon where my son was, they raised money. My sisters, my brother, so many people helped me.
Right.
And I'm going to say one more time, thanks to everybody.
Right.
Because for them. So I encourage people to get life insurance, because when the kids are young, 20s, 30s, teens, whatever, it's so cheap. It's so cheap.
It is.
I'm paying $50 a month for a $100,000 policy for one of my kids.
Right.
That's nothing. That's nothing. That is one of the biggest lessons that I could say that I learned, from the second. But of course, there are others. And I also learned that, asking you shall receive. When I tell people that I asked the hotel, could I use their kitchen? It's like, you did what? Yes, I did.
Right.
And wait a minute, and I made them some sweet potato muffins, and I'm sure they still love me.
Yes, like the thing about it is, and a lot of people don't really understand that it can go one or two ways, a yes or no.
That's it. That's it.
And if it's a no, just being honest with you, that's a redirection. That could be some protection. So go for it.
Right.
Ask. I'm definitely one of those people. And just for the record, if you guys need a life insurance, you let me know. I am a licensed.
You see what I'm saying?
Agent here in Georgia. And if you're anywhere else, I can help you as well. Me and my partner together, and that's what we do.
See?
So just to put it out there.
And it's important. And you know what somebody told me one time? This is not nice, but they say, if more people of color had life insurance policy, they'd stop killing so many of them. So, that's not nice, but it is.
But it's the truth.
Right.
A lot of people don't, because let me tell you, and it's the mentality of how a lot of us were raised, right? The mentality is they ain't finna get rich on me if I die. Other cultures don't think like that. It's generational wealth for them, and it's like, why would you not put a substantial amount of life insurance on the oldest member of the family? Why would you not? Like, that's the way that they think, Other cultures think like that. Like, if you see, because that's just common sense for them, but that was because that was how they were raised.
Well, the stress of trying to figure out how to bury a loved one, it's hard.
First of all,
it's hard.
Death is expensive.
And it comes at all ages.
Yes.
You don't have to. Some people never get old, and some babies never make it. Out of the room. Some,
That's right.
it's all ages.
That's right.
And it's horrible
it's
to have to bury your children.
Uncomfortable conversation, but when I tell you have it, I'm like, since I've been in this life insurance world, I've learned so much, and those were things that I needed to know as a 40-some-year-old woman. If like. In our family, we openly discussed a lot of things. My mom worked at Grady for 38 years. So there were, just being honest with you, it wasn't anything that was off limits for us. But what I did realize for other families, it was. And people was like, Donna, y'all family just different. Well, how am I supposed to know that? I'm part of that family. Like, I didn't know that until I got older. I was like, and that goes back to expecting people to know certain things. I didn't know that people wasn't talking about life insurance. In my family, one of my aunts had life insurance on everybody.
See what I'm saying?
Literally, you was getting buried, okay?
Right.
And people didn't understand. They're like, why she got life insurance on everybody? Because she understood the importance of not crying two ways.
Right.
I already got to deal with the death, and you telling me I got to cry, 'cause I got to figure out how I got to pay for it too. That's not an easy thing to go through. So that's why when I realized other people didn't really have the privilege of knowing about these things, I said, this is a lane for me to get in. So I've been able to express to people about not just the benefits of being able to bury someone, but to also, because just being honest with you, when somebody dies, that takes away a whole income. That takes away so much, and people don't understand that. If you already living, not really, it don't even have to be paycheck to paycheck, but if you're already living in a situation because of how everything has gone up in this world with inflation and stuff like that, if you're already living, being conservative, somebody passed away that you've been counting on their income, that's a whole nother stress. So you have to be mindful of things like that, and that's why I tell people when it comes to death is expensive in the sense of taking away somebody's whole existence, somebody's whole, like all of that goes with the one person. Man, that's a lot. So I just encourage, I'm glad that you even spoke on that, because a lot of people need that knowledge. I'm gonna need for y'all to go out and get things they didn't tell you about life. I'm gonna need y'all to do that.
Let me ask a question real quick. And you don't have to get into it as much if you don't want to. You know, Slick's son passed away like 3 years ago. Then the year after that, her father passed away.
Oh, wow.
Was there something that in the book that she can probably read to make, because, getting through that, I always tell her, you never really get over it.
You don't.
And people can't tell you how fast to get through it.
Yeah.
You have to take your time to get through it.
It's a process.
Right.
It's a process. Everyone grieves different.
Absolutely.
And so one of my friends asked me why, she didn't know that he had passed at age, 43 and had a heart attack and stuff. And I didn't say, I just told her it was hard to talk about. As time goes by, it's not as bad. It gets better. But sometimes I think you have to make a conscious effort not to look at the calendar and say, okay, this is the day I'm going to be sad. You can't do that. You just can't. And people do it. They do it. You got to realize that let's celebrate them. Some of the good things, some of the stuff you can remember. He used to come in the house, and my granddaughters were sitting there. He just kissed them all over the face, and then he take the boy and maybe dump him on his head or something, just something crazy, And then every Mother's Day, he'd come over with the most beautiful card, a $50 bill, and he would spend the whole day with me. I miss that, but he would do that. And so I try to think about the good things. Even my oldest sister had asked me to speak at my mom's funeral. I've spoken at a couple of funerals or whatever. As a matter of fact, in the book, it's a poem that I wrote about my mother-in-law.
Okay.
I didn't want to write it.
Right.
I was crying. I was hurt. That was my ace coon boom. I didn't want to write it. God said, you gonna write this?
Right.
I'm in the shower just getting ready to go. All these words. And if you read the book and you read the poem, it is so beautiful. I didn't do that by myself. I didn't do it myself. So all I could say is, hold on to those good things. You'll know when you feel better. it's going to take time, but it does. It absolutely does get better. It does. When my nephew passed, I cried for 3 days straight. If you called me, oh, you gonna hit some tears.
Right.
And then, something happened and it kind of shocked me a little bit and pushed me back in reality. I'm trying to work. I'm helping. I had to just slow my roll. I still miss him. I wasn't gonna speak at his funeral, and I just got on up, had him laughing. But I think laughter, your sense of humor,
for sure.
Accepting people, loving them, showing them while they're living.
Yeah. See, and I think a lot of times with grief, because I always tell people when I post about my mama, it's not from a place of sadness. Of course I miss her. I know that the 41 years that I was given with my mama, I never felt like that was enough. But when I post about her, it's typically from a happy space because that's the kind of person she was. Like, we stayed laughing. So, and I didn't even realize how much I posted about that woman on social media.
Right.
Till I go back to the Facebook memories come up and I'm like, y'all let me talk about my mama that much on here. That's but I didn't realize that's where my following actually came from. They'd be like, girl, what McLaurin Jean? My mama went in Walmart. My mama and one of my daughters went in Walmart. The girl that took care of them at the register was like, "Am I right, Miss Gloria?" My mama was like, "What?" She was like, "You Donna mama," and she was like, "I am."
Right.
Girl, let me get you something for lunch. I was like, "Mama." So the girl got on social media and was like, "Man, Miss Gloria is really who Donna posts about. That's really who she is." Like, she came through my line today and we just had the best conversation.
See?
She was like, I could be honest. I didn't know how I was going to eat lunch. She said, McLaurin Jean slipped me that 10, baby. Go to the subway and grab you a sandwich.
See what I'm saying?
But it's stuff like that. And then even at the end of my mama's life, she was on dialysis. The people at the dialysis clinic, they was like, is she famous? We like, no, we don't know. Like, why you say? She was like, because, baby, she finna have us breakfast. She always would cater them breakfast or have donuts up there. Because she had this place 3 times a week, at least. So they would always know, and she hardly ever did it the day that she came because she didn't want all their attention. So it would be the opposite days that she wasn't there. She'll just say, just tell them it's for Miss Gloria.
Girl, I have fed the world.
Yes.
I have fed so many people. And when we had a construction company and getting things done and all this, and my husband would say, let my wife go. And they say, well, we tried to come back, everything done here. They said, Miss White, what you want? Could you bring us some pasta salad?
Right, they start putting in requests.
You want a strawberry velvet cake? Oh, don't forget the lemonade.
Right.
I'm like, I get it. Get what I want.
Because you send love through food, and that's just that's just being honest with you. That's the kind of mom that I had. So I'm like, I don't know. It's just something about being able to get to people through food, and they trusted her because, baby, one thing she was gonna do was gonna keep it clean. Like, that was just her whole thing. Cause she was even like that at restaurants and stuff. I had a girl that saw her at K&K getting breakfast. The girl sent me a message on Instagram and was like, your mama up at K&K. I'm at work all the way in, at that time I was working in past Stone Mountain, Snellville. So I was like, huh? She was like, yeah, I'm sitting next to your mama. We at K&K eat breakfast. So I called my mama and she didn't answer. So I called my brother. I was like, y'all at K&K? He was like, yeah, how you know? He said, mama in the inside, I'm out here in the car. And I was like, it's a girl on my page, her name Beauty. Didn't know her name. Didn't know her person, but I was like, she said she in there eating breakfast with mama. Eric was like, mama done sat down. I was like, he was like, wait a minute. He gets out the car, going K&K. He look at mama. Mama said, I'm coming. I was talking to Beauty. And da-da-da-da. So my brother was like, this Donna on the phone. She didn't even know we was here.
Right.
And Beauty started laughing. And she was like, yeah, I sent her a message on Instagram to make her jealous so she'll know I was in here eating breakfast with her mama. I was crying, laughing. I was like, that's the kind of energy you want. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of love you want people to show. So, baby, if it got food in it, trust and believe. if it's made with love, folks gonna know it. When you deliver it with love, you know what I'm saying, people gonna know it and they gonna come back for it. So if loving you for your food is what people do, let them do it.
Carletta Bullet says, good work. Keep going and remain blessed.
That's my sister.
Mika
That's a-
Sims or Sims Mika says.
That's Shamika.
that's
She's the one who introduced me to her. Yes,
And she says you are a great friend and such a great person, and keep you hyped up.
And I'm gonna tell you how I met Shamika, and then we'll go ahead and wrap everything up. So Shamika has a cleaning company, and her husband used to clean. This goes back to asking. So I'm working in an apartment complex as a property manager over off Cleveland Avenue. Mr. Sims come in, and he would always say, "Hey," he said, I'm Mr. Sims. You know, I got Sims and Sims. Da da da. He do a whole introduction. Y'all need any help? And I was like, man, I don't know. At first, I'm a little apprehensive because this is a new company I'm working for. I don't know if these people pay people or not. And if I put my people on, I need to know they're going to get paid.
Okay.
So I was like, man, just give me, about 2 or 3 weeks just so I can see, how this company operate. He was like, okay. Mr. Sims came to my property once a week for 3 weeks. Don't forget about me. Don't forget. I'm Mr. Sims. Got Sims and Sims. Bam, bam, bam. For 3 weeks. That last week he came in, I said, I need you to fill out this W-9 and let's work. He said, hold on, my wife in the car. He said, I want her to know, So he goes outside, and you can ask Shamika. He go outside and he gets Shamika, and he said, this Donna. He said, Donna, this my wife, Shamika. We're going to do this. He said, I promise you're going to be satisfied. And I said, okay, we're going to fill out y'all paperwork. And he said, I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do 1 unit for you. And I said, you ain't going to work for me for free. I said, you going to do that 1 unit to show me what you got. But you ain't doing it for free. And he said, he looked at me, he was like, okay. Because most companies, that's what they do. They try to use people, you know what I'm saying? Misuse people. And I'm one of them kind of people. You can use me, but don't misuse me. Right. So when he said that, I said, no, you're going to get paid for cleaning this unit. Just make sure, do what you got to do. So when they cleaned the unit, they did such a wonderful job to the point that was 2013, 2014, and we still friends. Now, God bless Mr. Sims. He passed away maybe about a month or two ago. But even before then, I had been I still would be calling him, hey, can y'all do this? Can y'all do that? I love the idea of him coming to my office as often as he needed to remind me, hey, hear me?
You need me.
The company ended up purchasing, I think, about 2 or 3 other apartment complexes. I sent them now, too. Let's get all of it. Let y'all do as much as y'all can, and that's just how I am. And that's why I value relationships and friendships and things of that nature. Because guess what? It's enough room for everybody.
Well, he was one of the first people that I met when I came to Atlanta in 1975.
Really?
Yes, he is.
See?
Right.
I'm telling you, he was one of the most vibrant energies ever. And that's why I was, I was really hurt when I saw that he had passed away. But I also knew the important, I trust time, and I trust, all things that deal with death and things of that nature. And I send up my prayers, and we just kind of go with it. But he really was. A light really went out when he left here, because he was just that type of person. Like whatever he could do, he was gonna do it. So I appreciate you, Shamika, for being who you are, and we love you, girl. And did you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Everybody.
Okay.
Can I ask one more question?
Everybody.
Including Katie.
Everybody. I got granddaughters.
That's right.
Sade, Marley, Gavlin, my sister Theodora, my sister Carletta, Pop. His name's Frederick.
Okay.
Call me Pop on this thing.
Right.
Don, everybody who said hello. I mean, it's so many. Avita, Kevin, August, Austin. It's just so many. I love all of you guys, and thank you so much to all my friends and family, Fozelle and her husband. the support.
That's right.
It's overwhelming. It's great. I've sold a lot of books. I need to sell more.
Right.
That's right. So y'all
I need to
tap
sell
in,
more.
man. And we'll definitely be posting where you can actually get the books from, including getting them from
Directly from me.
Ms. Edith. So you'll be able to tap in. But these books are very, very much needed. And I feel like if you get it, you will not be disappointed. Okay.
Let me ask one question
Let's go.
before we go. What was one of the hardest things you found? What one of the most difficult hoops you had to jump through when it came to self-publishing your own book? What was like? We've had a lot of authors here, and some of them saying getting the formatting was difficult.
I didn't have that problem. The problem I had is that I wanted to self-publish because I actually make more money self-publishing, and I didn't want a publisher to change my ideas.
Right.
I wanted my words to be my words. Now, if you find an error or something, let me know. Because we all mess up sometimes. We had September 31st.
You find errors in published books
30
too.
days in September.
That's right.
But we it's the day.
Right,
Okay.
right.
It was 31st, just the wrong month.
Right.
So we all make errors and stuff. But I know just common knowledge that they will go in, critique your book, strip your book, then you got to go find some more clothes to put on your book because they took all your words out.
Right.
I didn't want that. My son, one of my friends, my oldest son's friends, Markeisha, they taught me a lot about computers years ago. And my son was like, "Mama, take notes." And Markeisha's like, "I'm gonna come and help you." And this other tech person's like, "We can't keep coming to your rescue." So I had to learn how to do this stuff. I did all of it myself. I put the pictures in, I lined everything up, I didn't have a problem with that. And like I said, the biggest problem is I didn't want $1 per book. So that's why self-publishing, yes, it's been slow, but I make more money selling my books myself. I just need to get them out there more. People need to know, because if they sit there and they read them, the kids need it, the young people need it. They really, really do. And see, I'm one of them authors that if you reached out to me and you have a question that you didn't understand about that book, I'll answer that question. I'll tell you what I meant. I'll explain it to you why I put that in the book, because it's needed. It's just like I mentioned about credit and stuff like that, and I even talked a little bit about repos and stuff like that, just a little bit. But in the next book, I'm gonna go more in depth if you should file bankruptcy or not, or if you should make your own arrangements with your creditors instead of paying somebody an astronomical fee to make arrangements for you. That's money that you could pay and make arrangements yourself.
Right.
So it's stuff like that. But that was my biggest challenge. Just not wanting to get 50 cents on a dollar, 50 cents for a book or $1 for a book. So we did the self-published route. I just need to get it out there, get the exposure. They won't be disappointed.
That's right. And I know that you're not really for social media and things of that nature right now. She's she's not really into it, but I did just tell her the importance of it now, of getting into these social media sites, because you never know how far the reach you go, and we're gonna start posting about it, because we need books that go into detail like this in our community. Like our children don't have to be lost. There are certain things that they could be introduced to, and they'll learn about. And like I said, whether they can use it or not, that's not really the importance. It's more important for them to know, just in case. So I'm excited for you, and I'm super proud of you as well.
Thank you so much for having me. I was so excited. I'm like, oh my God.
Yes. Like,
and people like, are you nervous? I just want to talk.
No, seriously, that's right. We want to have a conversation, because the one thing about it, and I tell people all the time, people will ride and listen. I know with me, I don't look at a whole lot of television and things of that nature, but baby, if I can listen to it, if I can hear it, I'm all right. So we appreciate you for coming out. And like I said, if you see where you want to come on one of the other podcasts on our station, you let us know, and we'll set things up for you there as well.
Okay.
All right. We thank you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. Don't forget, man, we got something for everybody every night of the week on Misfits Radio and TV. Just on Sundays, we're the OGs. We're Westside Misfits Radio Show. We're here from 3 to 5 most Sundays, and then we have the Shantastic Show. She's typically here every other Sunday from at 5, and then we have the
Real
Atlanta podcast.
8
They're here at 8. That's on Sundays. And on Mondays, we have Dosed Up. He's here at 8 on Mondays. On Tuesdays, we have Miscommunications with Miss Gemini. She's here on Tuesdays at 8. On Wednesdays, we have the OGs as well, Misfits of Comedy. They're here at 8. On Thursdays, we do have Changing Lives. He's here at 8, Deontay Burton. Then on Fridays, we have You High Yet podcast. A lot of people tap in on that Friday because those boys are crazy, okay? They have a ball, honey. They have a blast on Fridays at 8. And then on Saturdays, DJ Lab and I kind of take our time for ourselves, and I would do the bartending or doing what Mix-a-Lot Services get, or DJ Lab is actually DJing, you know, doing parties or different events and things of that nature. And we bring it all back together to start over on Sundays again. So this platform is a working platform, okay? So we appreciate everybody that tune in. We appreciate everybody that take out the time to give reviews and actually, you know, tap in with us and things of that nature. I did not give out the phone number today only because we wanted to, you know, kind of, it's a little bit different vibe.
And
so.
it wasn't on the screen today because, like we said, we got new computers today.
Yes.
So I haven't
We've
had
been
a chance
upgrading, y'all.
I haven't had a chance to put everything that normally is on the screen today. We did a lot of changes this weekend, so
Yep,
it's to my head, not my heart. Next week,
right.
it'll all be right.
That's right. And we'll be back next week, man. We appreciate you guys, and thank you so much. Take us away, DJ Lab.
Westside, Misfits, yeah, you're independent, this the mix, you need to get up in it. 3 to 5, the show be lit from start to finish. Hit 'em up to slide through and promote your business. DJ Lab known to keep the hottest record spinning. Mix a lot and Tay-Mac discuss the hottest topic. If not a 2000, gonna let you know what's really poppin'. Miss Slick gon' make sure she get the angles right. Making moves even though she staying out of sight. Check the website, Misfits Media Group. Keep it 100, cause that's how they gon' give it to you. Something for anyone and everyone from every walk. 365, 24/7, got music and talk. Sundays, you know we getting in the mix. 3 to 5 with Westside Misfits. Kick facts, play music, and talk slick. Tell a friend and tell a friend, they get in the mix. Tell a friend and tell a friend, they get in the mix. Tell a friend and tell a friend, they get in the mix. Sundays, you know we getting in the mix. From 3 to 5 with Westside Misfits.